My first three projects were disasters. And to be just getting started, like, how can you continue to go forward? In your first three projects, you didn't make any money or made very little money. My first project was back in 2005, back when the residential boom was booming. You could literally sign your name on a piece of paper and put up $500. You had a brand new house. That's exactly what I did. I bought two houses for $1,000. They were brand new. I was like, I can't lose. Like, I cannot lose.
2007.
Right, these are brand new homes in 2005. Like, I can't, all I do is rent them out, and that was the plan. So I said, well, I got them, I'm gonna rent them. I got them rented. A year later, the economy fell out. So I lost 80% of the value of the home inside of a year. And my original plan was to keep the house for 3 years and sell it. All of a sudden, that's off the table. I can't sell it because they're selling the price brand new for half of what I paid for it. So I was upside down on two houses. And I was stupid. I shouldn't say stupid. I didn't know at the time. I had an interest-only loan. So after that second year, that balloon kicked in. So all of a sudden now I have two houses that what I charge for rent doesn't cover the mortgage. So I have to come out of my pocket and pay the mortgage on both these houses, plus the house I live in. So I'm like, sheesh. Right, so I'm struggling at this point.
I get the toilet first.
So I had one house where I was literally making $100 a month. That's all I cleared on it. And the other house I was putting up an additional $300 after what they paid just to clear the mortgage every month. So I'm like, this does not add up. I'm like, this is not working for me. I was like, I have to change my strategy. So I talked to people and they're like, well, all you can do is either let the houses go to foreclosure, which will screw up your credit, or you just ride it out and see however long it takes. And I said, well, I don't want to mess up my credit because I still want to get other properties, so I have to ride this out. So I had to make more investments and try to make up the difference. So I had to wait a year, save up more money, took out loans, personal loans to buy another property here in Baltimore. I found a great deal. It was like $30,000 for a house. And I bought that, fixed it up, rented it out, and that was cash flow positive. I was clearing $600 a month on that house. I'm like, great. Wipes away all that debt every month until that bubble rolls away. That bubble never rolled away. That bubble I'm still dealing with to this day. I just sold one of them last week. And I lost $20,000 on it. But I'm like, good riddance at this point. So those two projects were a disaster. Then as the first time I started getting into renovating and then selling the properties, first one was a disaster. I was just starting out. And I decided to get a general contractor just to shadow them and see how they do work, because I really didn't know. So I was working with the general contractor. He was fixing up the house, and I'm paying him on a regular basis to pay the guys who actually fix up the house. Then the guys come to me 6 months into the project and say, we haven't been paid. What do you mean you haven't been paid? And I said, I've been paying every 2 weeks, for your guy's salary to get this house done. For 6 months.
Wow.
And they're like, we have not been paid a dime. And I'm like, well, you need to go talk to the general contractor. Like, well, we have. He says you didn't pay them. And I said, oh, no, I did pay him. I'm like, here's copies of my checks. Everything was paid. And make a long story short, I had to fire a general contractor and take over the job myself. But the problem was, I still had to pay these guys, even though I already literally paid them for 6 months. So that was another $20,000 that I did not have. I had to come up with to pay these guys for them to continue working on this house. Because I was like, well, I like the work that they're doing. I don't want to lose them. And I don't have time to sit here and go find another contractor to finish this job. So I said, well,
Wow.
go back to the lender, and pray that I get this extra loan. And then luckily they gave me an extra $20,000 to finish the project, but that ate into my profit. So I ended up clearing only $10,000 on that house, and I really could have made 40. So my first three major projects were a disaster, but I learned a lot from them. And so now when I do projects, I don't have that issue. I've planned for it. And those contractors that used to work for him, they now work for me. Because I pay them on a regular basis. Been working for them for the past 4 years.